We're going to do a cutout on this house today. Bees are going in and out under that little wooden block up there. We're supposed to be in the 60s and raining some today, so a lot of the bees should stay in. I see a few flying right now. It's a bathroom up here with a garden tub, and we can stand up on that garden tub and access. The bees are in that first column right there, a wall column. They're going to burn the house down on Tuesday, so we don't have to put anything back. It was sure a neat old house at one time. The older gentleman that lived here had gotten Parkinson's and got it so bad he had to go into a home. But around the backside it was log, nice partially log structure, and really set up kind of neat. Where the upstairs bedrooms here all had a view out into the pasture area and stuff, but it's gotten so rotten it just isn't repairable. It's a shame to see them go this way, but they do. And the house stood as long as the man needed it for. So anyway, we'll get inside and take a few looks, and then I'll get you little clips as we do it. So inside here, the bees are running in that first column right in the corner. I'm not big time enough to own a FLIR like Rodney, but when I mentioned it'd be nice to have one and know for sure the fire department, who's in control of this building now, because they're going to do some controlled burns on it, practice burns, he said, oh, we got one in the truck. So brought it in, and theirs shows black and white, and it was definite when you got to that column. There was just a big white strip way down it. So it's going to be a pretty good size colony, which will be fun. I'm going to be doing this with my friends Linda and Fred. They're fairly new beekeepers, started last year, and they live here local, closer to this than I do, and found it. So they're going to come watch, observe, help. So it'll be kind of fun. So it's kind of neat. We've got places to set things in here and work on. That'll make it easier in a large enough room to spread out a little bit. So I've got my big vac, and I'll show it in operation here in a little bit. I forgot my shop vac, so they're bringing one. What I've done is taken a 15-gallon barrel with a screw top lid and drilled a lot of holes in it for ventilation, and then I can put this bag over it and it will suck this bag up tight, and I can just pull down however much I want to get the right flow at the end of the hose. So we're not bringing bees in too fast. You want that very gentle. Plus this gives them a lot of space inside if there's a lot of bees. The first one I did, I lost a lot of bees because they overheated in the small box they were in. Especially this time of year when there's a lot of nectar in the hive, you can't help but suck some of that up. So now the bees get in there, they're soaking wet, covered in sugar. And if they're too tight and can't spread out, it gets rough on them. The other thing is with these holes in it, they can climb up the sides of this and spread out. And the one cutout I did a few years ago where it was really hot that day, I was able to spray water on the outside of this and mist it with water. Now the bees could stick their proboscis through and get water off of it, and it helped cool it. And we made it home fine with them. So I would like to get like some chicken wire or something else inside too, to give them more to climb on and move on, but at this time this will work. So anyway, I'm going to finish getting set up before they get here, so we can pull the generator up close to the door and get this thing rolling. All right, I've cut up through here with my Multimaster, and we're going to take the bottom section out, get them smoke, and work them up a piece at a time instead of opening the whole thing. We have the option to open it all if we want to, but I'd like to just start at the bottom. And hopefully this is the bottom. So we're all set up and ready now. We'll get the vac turned on and see what we can do. I'll bring you guys back if I find something fun. So we've got this opened up. We had just starting honey right in the bottom here. It goes around the corner too, but nice pieces right up. Now that I can get in and cut alongside the sheetrock and up the walls, it's coming out a little better. But the brood started right here. So the very first, I took some honey out, and then the very first ones are brood frames. I found an open queen cell, so they've requeened this year, probably swarmed as big as they are, but there's a lot of brood, and I'm seeing open brood. So we'll got quite a ways to go up still, and then we may end up having to go down a little bit, and we darn sure got to go more sideways. There's holes through here to the back, so I'm going to guess the queen is hiding back in that corner, but we can get most of this cleaned up, and then we can go in there and get after her. Well, we stuck Fred up in the hive now. He's in there whittling out. Now that we're back in the corner, and it's really hard to do, we let Fred try. So the cavity goes straight back into the corner. There's 3 runs of comb between what we opened up and the corner that we're trying to get out now. So there's bees hiding back in it. I don't know if you can see, but they've eaten out a bunch of the sheeting on the outside of the house all the way to the siding. So they've been going in behind it and could very easily be in this next compartment too. So once we get this cleaned up, we'll do a little more exploring and see what else we can find. Well, we've got them cut out. Check the bay next door. Don't see any in there. There's still a big wad hanging outside. So they're starting to come in. We're just giving them a little time. We'll get the vacuum going again here and see if we can get them backed up. But I had a thought. I have some queen pheromone strips in the pickup, and I thought I might stick one of these in here and see if we already have the queen backed up, they might come out and get all over this queen pheromone strip, and it'll be easier to get them. If I can get it stuck in some wax there, or it doesn't fall out, and we'll see what they do, because there's a healthy little bunch outside, and the queen could be out there with them. This will help me. I'll ask them the question, do you have a queen? And hopefully they'll answer me if somebody gets up there and smells that. So anyway, we're almost wrapped up. All right, we've got them home. I'm gonna get the bees in on the brood. We ended up with 7 frames of brood out of the deal. So the bees are all in the barrel. I'll get you set up here where we can see what's going on. It was all day cutout. So I got there at 8 and left about 3. So it took all day, but there were quite a little bunch of bees in here, and a lot of honey. We packed 4 5-gallon buckets out with honeycomb in it. Some of it really orange and kind of florally. Yeah, that's quite a little bunch of bees. Probably need to get another box on them real quickly here. Entrance opened up to it. Get them to start moving down in there. we get a little bit of the lid on here for them, help push them in. So there were lots of hidey holes in here for the queen, where they'd eaten out in under the sheeting and stuff. There were a lot of bees hanging on the very outside. I finally got a hole with my vacuum cleaner hose on it, got it out there and vacuumed some out of that pile. As soon as I did that, the bees started to scatter around. They weren't balling up anymore in a cluster. So I'm pretty sure the queen was in that outside wad. And so hopefully I got her in the back and she got in there and is doing okay. I'm fairly certain they've swarmed already. I found open queen cells and lots of eggs and brood, so they were back to rolling again. But anyway, we'll let these girls get in, and I'll get another box on them, and then we'll see how they do in a day or so.